Hello, YouTube fans, friends, new recruits, and veterans to the channel. Welcome to Alternate History Gaming, where we try to replay history but can't, so it's alternate. I am your humble and gracious player host, as always, Bank60s, humble and gracious as ever. Thank you so much for being here as we take a look at this huge update for another favorite of mine, Manor Lords. They've just released a bunch of information about a huge patch. So there was a number of different things that I read in the patch notes that was interesting. There seemed to be some efficiency and game balance things that they've addressed to start things off with anyway. And the way that residents will move here and there, the way that you start your settlement could change entirely now that these upgrades have been made to the beta. So there are a lot of efficiency changes, it would appear. Changing the way that supplies are transported and which ones are prioritized first versus last. Oxen transporting timber for construction will get the nearest log instead of the nearest on the ground before the buildings. That's interesting. I hope that doesn't cause a lot of log jams. It'll be interesting to see how that plays. Oh, money saver. Ensured that mercenary companies will not take payment if all the units are broken. This is probably a good one. An experimental change, increasing house entering distance at high game speeds to reduce people clogging doorways. Trading post workers will now only use the horses assigned to their trading post. Seems to make sense. Added a protect resource area checkbox for the logging camp and firewood cutter, which makes workers automatically avoid deforestation near vulnerable resources. This one's interesting. I didn't realize this was a particular issue, but this here, blocking sons with jobs from refueling the home if there is a female family member without any task that can do it instead. Here's one, the iteration on bonus yield for having hunting hounds on hunting camps. The hounds will now give 1+ small game and 1+ pelt when returning from a successful hunt. Again, in the game balance category, now goats will yield sooner, every 49 days instead of every 56, and they produce milk. Every third year, they produce 2 chevon and 2 hides. Wow, the stone gatherer's camp gets a lot cheaper. Now just 1 log. Okay. Whereas the quarry will cost 2 logs and 6 planks, where it was just 1 log and 6 planks. It looks like there's a bunch of that changing around how much it's going to cost to build certain production centers. This is actually a pretty big change, a significant one that I think will change the balance of the game for a lot of players. This is involving the approval level, where if you are admired, you'll now get +10 influence. It was just +1. If you're revered, you'll get +20 influence, where it was just +5. There was one thing in the beta that I hadn't noticed just yet, and that was the new maintenance requirements. Some workplaces requiring upkeep resources such as tools to function efficiently. They wear down over time. You don't exactly consume them through crafting. But without upkeep, workplaces could suffer failures, from wasted inputs all the way to collapse in those larger structures like mines and churches. The maintenance slider adjusts how quickly upkeep resources actually wear out. Oh, here we go. Barley yields increased by 50%. That'll be significant. Oh, at a trading post, you can now have 4 horses assigned and not just 4 families. That was something that was always just a little strange before. Safe to say, the changes that they have made are so well done, at least here in the early game, that it's kind of tough to notice exactly everything that they did. That's kind of a good thing, really. There's also a long list of changes that they've made to try to rebalance and redo what the artificial intelligence will and won't do on the map during your game. Things like the AI no longer adding an artisan workshop on plots meant for vegetable gardens or orchards, making sure AI does try to rebuild buildings that have been turned into rubble, and fixing the AI's worker placement by making sure that they take hunting and fishing limits into account. There is also a long list of various cosmetic UI and text changes that they have made to try and help the overall feel and mood and presentation of the game as you're experiencing your settlement's growth. Also, the addition of new building thumbnails for a variety of different buildings, just changing the look of it a bit, and then a whole host of other crash fixes and bug fixes that have plagued some of the beta since it dropped weeks ago. And so there you have the latest from the developers at Slavic Magic as they continue to refine this awesome alternate history gaming title. This is one I'll keep up with as things change for sure. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If so, please click the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment as it does help the channel grow. Thanks again for taking the time. I'm Bank60s, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.